All right, St. Louis. I'd like to say good evening, St. Louis. We're going to go to school today, St. Louis, so I want all of you to buckle your seatbelts just for a moment. I'm going to do everything I can in order to break it down, but I'm going to go as my spirit lead me so I can give you a good understanding as to what I believe is actually occurring. I honestly believe that we are on a trajectory towards death. And the reason I say this is because you are literally living in an enclosed system. In other words, the way you're traveling is clockwise, and as a result, time is increasing. So as a result, you're dying, but yet you haven't became what you're predestined to become. You are capable of becoming a perfect sound, a perfect light, all in which we are seeing with our eyes is hitting your retina. And as a result of that particle or that light hitting your retina, you can now see what you're visibly seeing. However, depending on the strength of the mind is going to determine how quick you see what you see. If your mind is decaying, you're not going to be able to measure the position and the velocity of what's hitting your retina, because it's hitting your retina at different times. In other words, position and the velocity, it will not allow you to be able to see things face to face. However, if you can reach a certain speed, a certain sound, you will be able to register both the position and the velocity, and as a result, you will begin to see all that you are looking at and its true reality. However, we've been taught to believe that everything that we see is the true reality because all are traveling clockwise. In other words, you're decaying. Your cells are making bad copies of themselves because it never reached the perfected sound to stop the decay. And as a result of stopping the decay, it will enable you to leave the place in which you dwell. Many of you are dwelling inside what I call a matrix. However, you don't have enough power to exceed beyond the matrix, so within the matrix becomes your home. You become comfortable with what's within. You become comfortable with the fact that you're going to die someday. So as a result of knowing that you're going to die someday, you became comfortable in worshiping deities, gods that are not gods. In other words, as you travel in the direction of decay, you are hallucinating, but yet all have the ability to hallucinate, so all are believing different things. That's why you have so many different religions. And if we all had the truth, there would only be one religion, which would be one perfect sound. So therefore, that tells me that the masses are hallucinating, and as a result of the hallucination, they built a prison, and that prison is being encoded by their undeveloped mind. Everyone's excited that they are living longer, and Johnny or Black, Blue, or whatever person that they have known have perished. They've acknowledged the fact that being that they are here, someone must have saved them. So as a result, they're going to worship the deity that they believe kept them. In other words, they're saying they didn't get shot. They were comforted. But what they don't understand is you're being comforted within the darkness. And as a result of being comforted within the darkness has become your home. We must leave where we are. And as a result of leaving where we are, we would be able to measure the position and the velocity of an object, and we will see things face to face. It's no different than bringing space at absolute zero minus friction and heat at negative 273.15 Celsius down here, because there is no up there. Everything is down here. Everything is in your mind. We are so far from the truth. It's scary. In other words, we believe that we are developing in mind based upon the fact that we're now traveling faster via aircraft than we were 50, 60 years ago. We now have 5G, whereas 20, 25 years ago, 5G wasn't even heard of. So what's happening, the mind itself is agreeing with itself to receive what it's receiving, and therefore it's not seeking to find the truth. The truth is we must contract inward and not outward. That's why we're dying. That's why we're suffering and perishing and getting old, because the cells are making bad copies of themselves. But yet it's imperative that we reverse the laws of thermodynamics, and we would decrease entropy, and as a result we will be going the other way. In other words, the sound will change. I'm trying. I know it's difficult for many to understand what I'm trying to convey, but you must seek with your whole heart to try to understand, because what you possess have the ability to encode at the micro. In other words, if you look at a camera and the camera is able to see at 60 frames, picture frames, pixels, that means that you have the ability to reverse and see at 1 trillion frames, which will create precognition and allow you to see things as they truly are. It's no different than a glass that's breaking all around you, and subsequently the right sound will cause that glass to reconfigure itself back on the table, and as a result the sound will change, and you will be in the world but no longer of the world, and as a result you will be living for the first time. It's probably hard for many of you to understand because you're caught up in the satisfying the flesh, you're caught up in the lust, you're caught up in the celebrations, but yet you fail to realize you're perishing. And the reason you believe that you are headed in the correct direction is because you can't travel beyond 3 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time, which will not allow you to see things in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th dimension. Once you get to that level, you have now reached E equals mc squared, energy equals mass at the speed of light. And now you're free. It's our time. St. Louis, Chi-Town, New York, Florida, Oregon, the Bahamas. You take that mountain and we can do it. Thank God for my grandson now is in the house. Noah is in the house. Your grandchildren. The time is not tomorrow, the time is today. May God bless you all and get you to understand that I love you. Also, shout out to Alabama and Georgia. This is our season. May God bless you to understand that you are created in the image of the perfect sound, but you must manifest that sound. God bless. Oh, St. Louis, it's our time. That's right.